Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. As Lucas Vaughan joins today, it is our Big Take the Points show. Hi, Lucas. How you doing?
Good afternoon.
By the way, folks, if you were following us last week and decided to follow our bets and maybe see if you wanted to get some of that free money.
Would have worked all right last week.
We had a good week last week, and we'll get into that here in a little bit on this week's Take the Points version. We're going to talk about a little high school football, going to talk a little college football, going to talk a little pro football, may talk even a little bit about Major League Baseball.
Now, what is there, 12 teams left?
Well, as of the Friday morning, there are 8.
Okay, as of Friday morning.
As of Friday morning. We're shooting this. Doggone it, Lucas, you already gave it away.
They know.
We're shooting this on Wednesday afternoon. So
we got a busy week. We got to get it in.
Well, that's exactly right. This has been a tremendously busy week for both Lucas and myself. And this is the only time we have. Only time available for you. But we'll always make time, ladies and gentlemen, for you. You know that's true. What is going on in and around the area here on this beautiful weekend? Friday, October 4th and Saturday, October 5th. I tell you what, maybe they've got something going down there at Flora. They have the 5th quarter Flora Church of the Nazarene. Now, the last time they did that, it was when the football team was out of town on Friday night. This time, the football team's not even playing on Friday night, so I don't understand the whole concept of what's going on. But at 9 p.m., it's 5th quarter at the Flora Church of the Nazarene, as the 5th quarter is for all high school students. There will be snacks as well as drinks, prizes, and games. Lots of fun up there at the Flora Church of the Nazarene. What else going on Friday? The Edwards County Senior Citizens Center will have a Leroy Moore's Big Smoked Pork Chop fundraiser. Of course, Leroy's been doing the cooking there for years and just does a great job. Says join him for a drive-through fundraiser featuring Leroy Moore and his amazing smoked pork chops on Friday. Serving begins this afternoon at 3:30 on the Albion Senior Center. Meals now are $12. They ask that you have exact change because I don't think they're going to keep cash, or checks written out to the ECCOA. That would be Edwards County, I have no idea, COA. Added donations are always appreciated. The menu consists of a 1-inch smoked pork chop, baked potato, coleslaw, and cake. Is that value to you?
It's close.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah, that's right on.
Yeah, that's right on. You get the dessert along with a 1-inch chop. That's
that number's right on.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I thought we ladies and gentlemen, sorry, we've gotten into the habit lately of being jerks about that. But what else is going on here this weekend?
We're about value on the show, Bruce. Value for your dollar.
Well, you know, that's the thing, Lucas. We're here telling people how to get free money.
Right.
We may as well also be about value.
And you know what? A lot of times with the way that we bet, you need a found value for your money.
You need value on your money.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What else? On Saturday, this will be fun. Head up there to Alney Noble at the Alney Noble Airport. I don't know if you folks have ever been there. I've been by there hundreds of times. At 11 a.m. on Saturday, the Alney Noble Airport will have their annual Chili Fly-In. It's where folks come from all over the area, and they'll fly out to Alney Noble. I guess you can't really call it Alney, and you can't really call it Noble. No, it's right there in between, isn't it?
Yeah, it's west of Alney. It's east of Noble, and
it's
right in the middle there.
It's right in the middle. I guess you just have to keep calling it Alney Noble. From 11 o'clock till 2 p.m. on Saturday, the menu is all you can eat. Chili, hot dogs, homemade desserts, and drinks. Everyone is welcome to fly in, bike in, or even drive in. So it'll be a lot of fun, and you'll get to see a lot of fun. Actually, that airport has an interesting little upstairs there. So yeah, that'd be a good sightseeing. What else going on? It's a benefit breakfast at the Clay City Sailor Springs American Legion. See now, that's in Sailor Springs, but it counts for Clay City as well. This will be at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. Post 1:30, they're having their monthly breakfast on October 5th. 7:30 or 7 o'clock to 10 a.m. menu of sausage, biscuits, and gravy, plus pancakes. Post will be having 2 upcoming meat shoots as well that they want you to know about. And a couple of weeks on October 19th, and then a couple of weeks after that on November 2nd. The details will be announced later. Also, Legion members are selling raffle tickets for 3 separate different weapons. Drawing will be held in November. What else going on here on this beautiful Saturday? Fall book sale at the Flora Public Library tomorrow morning, starting at 8 a.m. It's the Flora Public Library Fall Book Sale. The sale will be from 8 till 3, and I don't know the numbers on that. I think they may have moved this from last weekend to this weekend because of all the expected rain. I'm pretty sure they did that with this, too, as the first annual adult fall Easter egg hunt set for Saturday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. in downtown Johnsonville. How about that? The Johnsonville Community Ruritans are putting on the first annual adult fall hunt. It starts at 5 p.m. with a meal of chicken and noodles with mashed potatoes, green beans, hot roll, and drink for $10. That's a pretty good price.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Everyone is welcome at the meal. The fall hunt registration begins around 6 p.m. and the hunt will start at dark, approximately 7 p.m. Cost $20 a person to participate. You must be 18 or older, and participants will hunt for containers/eggs in the dark for a chance to win prizes. Be sure to bring your flashlight as well. Check out their Facebook page for more details and some of the prizes that will be given out. Going to be a lot of big time. Also on Saturday, over in Salem, at the Whole Dozen, it is a Democratic candidate meet and greet from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. over there in Salem. The Whole Dozen on 1300 South Broadway. That's probably just south of the Casey's, I'm guessing, down that way. It says, enjoy free donuts and coffee, plus meet the Democratic candidates. So there's, I guess you gotta give something to get something, don't you?
Sounds like it. Nothing's free in this world, Bruce.
Nothing's free. That's exactly right, Lucas. Personal care item giveaway. These are free at the Salem Presbyterian Church. They'll hold their personal care item giveaway from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. It'll be, like I said, at 201 East McMacken, there where the church is, and starting at 9 a.m. What else going on? Sandoval Shalom, they've got that nice outfit over there in Sandoval at the First United Methodist Church. This is their annual chili dinner from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. On Saturday night. Along with the chili, they're going to have tortellini soup, as well as hot dogs and dessert. Now, if you were given the choice, which would you going to get chili dinner, or are you going to get tortellini soup?
I like the idea of that tortellini soup, the ones I've had in the past.
I wonder if they would mind if you get either and or.
I feel like as a man of size, I ought to get the choice of having tortellini and chili to figure out which one I like the best.
I think that makes sense. I think that they're looking for maybe future purchases.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, if I only have one, I don't know. Maybe the best chili I ever had.
It might be the best chili ever, but that might be the best tortellini soup you've. And if you don't try it, I agree with you entirely. It makes a ton of sense. Also, over in the Marion County area, Fall Brawl Demo Derby. It's the Marion County Fair Association putting that on. They do this every year in October. It's a wonderful time. It's this Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Weather should be perfect for it. Tickets will be available at the Marion County Fair, at MarionCountyAgFair.com, or you go to the box office that day. We're going to be shooting it, so it'll be on TV later. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Don't want you to cut into ticket sales. But yeah, it'll be on television at a later date. Not going to be live, but we'll have it on TV later. What else is going on this weekend on Saturday? Harvest Fest 2024 at the Effingham Elks Club. There it is, $20 in advance, $25 at the gate. Advance tickets available at the Effingham Elks Nuxall Food Center. Going to be raffles, special guest appearances, some music there. What's that? Max Harmon music, as well as Taylor Steele and the Love Preachers going to be there. And Matt Poss Band going to make an appearance as well. This is outdoor event. It's a special fundraiser dedicated to supporting local veterans and disabled children. Incredible lineup of activities and entertainment. Plan starts at 5 and is going to go till 11 o'clock. You can't go wrong at that, folks. It looks like one other event I wanted to make sure you knew about. The Ham City Oktoberfest going up and maybe you can go to one and then the other. Spread the fun around Effingham this Saturday. The first annual Ham City Oktoberfest will be in the heart of downtown Effingham this Saturday. It's not just any event; it's a celebration with tons of things planned. Live music, bands starting at 4, with Backyard Boogie performing at 8 o'clock. Authentic German food. Table for 12 and Kyle Lindsay and Royal Smoke serving up authentic German-style cuisine. Fun activities include pumpkin painting as well as a corn crib, even some animals for the little ones to enjoy. And then they gave this one a line all its own, Lucas. Beer, and more beer.
Is that a full sentence?
That's with a colon. Raise a stein and enjoy a fantastic selection of brews. Spectacular event is in collaboration with Village Wine and Kerner Distributors. That might be fun. Can't wait. They can't wait to share the experience with us. Mark your calendars for October 5th. So, and it says cheers to making memories in downtown Effingham.
They do a lot of stuff down there.
They do a lot of stuff down there. Yeah, they do. They're very active in downtown Effingham. What else going on today? This is, ladies and gentlemen, World College Radio Day on this first Friday in October. I had a heck of a time today, Lucas.
I'm about to say, if that made the cut.
This made the cut. There's not a ton on the Friday the 4th. It celebrates the impact these stations have on students and audiences. I worked at radio in college, and I also listened to radio to student-run stations in college. I don't know why they have a World College Radio Day. Let's just move on. Also, National Golf Day, October 4th. It's actually, I think they've changed the name of it from National Golf Day to National Golf Lovers Day. National Golf Lovers Day provides an opportunity for golf enthusiasts to swing down the fairway at least one more time during the season. While celebrating this day, you might notice it is also sometimes referred to as National Golf Day. Since how long do you think this has gone? The PGA has held an event each year. Since what year for National Golf Day?
1952.
Did you read this?
I did not. What is it?
1952.
No way. That's not real.
Yeah. 1950.
Wow. Okay,
you see it?
That's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
I got to give myself credit for that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Vaughan. Hey, pick the picks.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
The world's oldest golf tournament is the Open Championship in the British Open, of course. When was the first British Open played?
Oh, shoot, back in the 1880s, 1890s?
1860.
There you go.
1860. The first newspaper article about golf in the United States was in 1779.
Wow.
The Royal Gazette of New York City posted an advertisement for golf clubs and golf balls. And in 1796, the Georgia Gazette in Savannah published a notice of an annual general meeting, but then they didn't have nobody had a U.S. tournament until like the 1890s. That doesn't make any sense, but that's what they did.
How many golf courses could there have been?
I don't know about then, but in 1932, here you go. Here I do know a little bit. In 1910, there were 267 golf courses associated with the USGA. In 1932, there were 1,100.
Wow. So it jumped quickly.
That's for quadrupling. And then in 1980, there were 5,900. And in 2013, there were 10,600. That is quite a bit. Nobody knows why they picked this date or how long they've been celebrating it. However, this does commemorate the first U.S. Men's Open Golf Championship held on this date
I'd say that's the reason.
in what year?
The first U.S.? Oh, man.
1895.
That's the album.
I was gonna,
1910.
yeah, you've already hit.
Yeah.
There's no need for you to be greedy. What else going on? I had to, again, October 4th wasn't that good. October 5th has at least one better one. It is National Apple Betty Day. This is a sweet aroma. This ushers in the fall with a sweet aroma of apples baked in cinnamon and oats, similar to what folks know as apple crisp, apple crumble, or apple cobbler. The American variant known as Betty dates from colonial times. Most Apple Betty recipes call for cinnamon, sugar, and butter to make the crumbs that top sliced apples. Sometimes oats or flour are added as well. I didn't realize Ronald Reagan was a big Apple Betty fan. What is the difference, Lucas, between Apple Betty, apple cobbler, and apple crisp? Any idea?
It's probably the crumbles of some sort.
All three desserts bring out the flavor of crisp tart apples. They also fill the home with aroma and fall. However, the textures of each one differ from the others. An Apple Betty is topped with a crumble made from flour, butter, and spices. Apple cobbler topped with a cake-like batter with baking soda to help it rise. And apple crisp is probably the most similar to Apple Betty. Apple crisp, however, recipes typically call for oats in the topping for a coarser
Makes sense.
texture. So there you have it, folks. Now you know how to make Apple Betty. What's on TV? High school football tonight. It is Breeze at Salem. That's on Channel 98, 7 o'clock tonight. I'll take the air about 6:45, me and Josh Tate. Tomorrow afternoon, Flora is at Fairfield. Catch TV 100, starting at 1 p.m. kickoff. 12:45 start for that. You're going to want to, you can join me if you want.
I'm busy.
I figured you. I kind of thought you were busy.
You got Marty, so it's good.
Well, Marty's not. Marty said he's only going to be there for part of the time. So I mean,
What better does he have to do than watch a game?
apparently they're having some reunion. I don't.
During the football game.
Yes,
What kind of sense does that make?
I think it makes sense when you're all 45 or 47 years old,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
you do other things during football games than watch football. No Major League games scheduled on Friday. Sorry about that. You can get your fill on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, but Saturday is a full slew of ball games. Saturday is going to have a full slew. What do you want to see college football tonight? Jacksonville State, the Gamecocks, right?
Okay, I'll go with that.
At Kennesaw State. It's at 6 o'clock on CBS Network, Sports Network.
Kennesaw State. I couldn't even come up with anything.
Mountaineers. I'm going to guess. Mountaineers. I'm going to guess Mountaineers.
All right,
We'll see.
you can go ahead.
Yeah, you go. Tell me if Mountaineers is right. Also on ESPN at 6:30, Houston's at TCU. It is Michigan State at Oregon on Fox at 8 o'clock, and Syracuse at UNLV on Fox Sports 1.
Oh, my Lord.
Was I wrong?
What a fantastic one, by the way.
Was I wrong? I can't.
The Scrappy Owl.
The Owls. How about that? The
All right.
Kennesaw State Owls.
The mascot is Scrappy the Owl. That's
There you go.
That's
I like it. We're going to take a quick break. Come back, talk high school football here on Big Talk. That's Lucas. I'm Bruce. Back after this.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. This is a great weekend. We have two high school football games to show you. After last weekend with no high school football.
You weren't last week. You weren't sure if you were going to get a Friday, Saturday, Monday. You weren't sure when you were going to get the games in.
Yeah. They end up. I don't know. I think Flora played Friday, right?
I think so.
Flora played Friday. Salem played Thursday. That got moved to Thursday on Wednesday, right after our show, or I think it might have been during our show, and while we were shooting. And then I don't know when they decided Fairfield was going to play.
They ended up playing on Monday, but they moved it Thursday. Thursday they had moved it. And
they'd already moved it on Thursday.
Yeah, and they decided to move it to Saturday, and then quickly that got moved off of Saturday on to Monday. So something must have came down the line.
Well, I wonder. I bet you had to be referees.
Yeah. Well, when you're talking about getting 3, 4, 5 inches of rain, I don't know what Carmine's Field looks like. I mean, it could have been. I don't know if it's low, it's high.
How much rain? I was out of town over the weekend.
In Fairfield, I got 3.5. Then in different areas, South had more than that. So I don't know what Carmine ended up having.
Well, I was going to say, the interesting thing up in as close as Effingham and Effingham County, I was watching them farm yesterday, and it was puffs of dust. I mean, it was like they didn't get any of the rain over the weekend at all.
Yeah, where it seemed like in Southern Illinois, your first wave of it, but we caught the second and third and fourth wave,
fifth. Well, all right, that's the thing. That tells you with Carmine playing Fairfield, that's the rivalry week, and so it's the football season is half over. And let's talk first. Let's get over to Salem. Take a look, see what the Cahokia Conference looks like as Breeze Central comes in tonight to take on the Salem Wildcats. I think it's homecoming for the Cats tonight, and I've got two homecomings this weekend. It's Breeze Central at 5-0, giving up about 11 points a game and scoring 42 points a game. Heading into Salem, I've got to tell you, Kevin might need to choose different schools for homecoming. That is a tough nut right there. Of course, Salem coming off a solid game last week against Roxana as they were in it. Let's see, here's Salem played Roxana. They were in it early, stayed in it, and were able to. They didn't get blown out. Let's put it that way. They got beat.
It's closer than the score said.
Closer than the score indicates. And coming off that win the week before, they've got their hands full taking on a good Breeze Central game. Again, we will be.
There's not much cupcake in that schedule, is there?
Not much cupcake coming up.
That's a tough schedule all the way around.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I mean, you've got Columbia. We'll be there for the Freeburg game. I believe the Charleston game we're at the different spot. I think we're going to miss that one, but we'll see what the playoff ramifications might be for that one toward the end of the year. Because Salem, right, this with 4 losses, they got to keep winning, and that's going to be tough tonight. Here's what Breeze Central has done and who they have played.
Back-to-back shutouts.
Back-to-back shutouts with wins over Redbud and Brethren Breeze Mater Day, as well as a big Highland school. Look at that, 900 enrollment. And don't let anybody tell you that enrollment doesn't mean anything.
It does.
It certainly does. So, yeah, they travel to Salem this week looking for their 6th win. And a 6th win would be a clincher for the postseason for the Breeze Mater Day Cougars. Breeze Central Cougars, pardon me. What's going on in Black Diamond? Well, Johnston City, Cecil Valier both continue atop the league. Carmi at 4-1, and they defeated Fairfield last week. Flora 3-2. I think they beat Hamco last week, right?
I'm not sure what their schedule was.
They played, like I said, they played Friday night. I'm pretty sure it was Hamco.
Well, you got the Floors up there?
No, that wasn't Hamco because they play. We've got Hamco at the end of the year against Flora because you asked, I can tell you.
There you go.
No, they lost to Johnston City last week. Okay, 50-14. Well, you can look at how do you choose the transitive variety of scores. Flora loses at Johnston City by 36, and Fairfield loses by 16 by 18 to Johnston City the week before.
So Fairfield should win.
So the transitive, I got to tell you, you and I, we have talked quite a bit.
That's the worst way to do things.
Entirely the worst way.
It makes sense in your head, but don't do that.
It really makes you think. It makes you think the game should be very close. And I think the game Saturday afternoon.
I think so. Yeah,
should be very close between Fairfield.
Supposed to be good weather, highs in the low to mid 80s. So
supposed to get 80s.
Yeah. So
I thought they were talking 70s.
No, I think on Saturday they get updated, but regardless, it's supposed to be a nice day. Good day for football.
Italy homecoming in Fairfield on Saturday, as they will announce the king and queen, and they'll have all that stuff at halftime. We'll have that for you there as well. I think they're announcing. I'm trying to remember what they do. I believe they
do it at halftime.
I know about Salem too.
Oh, okay.
I think we have 2 coronations on Wabash this week.
You should wear like a crown or something.
I should wear a tuxedo.
No, you should definitely wear a tuxedo.
Really should wear it.
I'm sure you got an orange one, don't you?
I've got a blue tuxedo jacket.
There you go.
I do not have I've got the blue tuxedo jacket that matches the old boys from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, the baby blue. Nice. I like it.
I've got the baby blue. I certainly do. High school football coming up, or coming up this weekend. Check that out. Football. We're going to talk college football after this word. Stick around for that.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it. Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey as Lucas Vaughan is here. We are talking about the interesting subject of college football now. As I must tell you, it doesn't happen very often. But did it happen this year that we got the game of the year in September?
I mean, the Penn State-Illinois game was really good. I don't know that was the game of the year exactly, but it was close.
It was close. It was close. Penn State, Illinois was in it until the last half of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, like I said, they were there.
There was also this thing going on over in Tuscaloosa.
I heard about it. Just the little Alabama-Georgia thing.
Alabama, you had to think. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you watched the Alabama-Georgia game. It was a Saturday night, so you maybe didn't.
Maybe they started it and turned it off.
It's date night, so folks might not have seen it. They probably did turn it off at halftime.
For first quarter, you could call it good.
28-0 the first quarter, right? Or 28-0 first play of the second quarter, maybe. So, yeah, it was just, why keep watching it other than it's the SEC?
Yeah.
Georgia is such a good team, and you figure there's no way. And I got to tell you, Carson Beck played like he played like Joe Montana.
He did
entire second half,
but the first half he didn't. I mean, he was a whole different player.
How do you do it?
I don't know that Georgia was dead in the water. I mean, I'd sent a text. I said, "This is the beating." I mean, so I stopped watching that game, and I was watching a couple other things.
The Illinois Penn State.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, but I kept an eye on my phone, and they scored, and I was like, they cut it a little bit, and then they scored it again, and I'm like, they cut it again, and then they made it serious, and so then I had to go back and watch it, and took the lead. So.
I was sitting in a restaurant / tavern place. I had already is my date night as well, of course. My lovely wife and I were in a fine restaurant that we left at about 7:15 or 7:30. So we got to watch the last three quarters of both those games. They both started at 6:30, and which I wasn't aware of. I thought they started at 7. Silly me, but at least I made a lovely date. And then she sat there and watched me watch football for the next
listen to you watch football.
And then the next day was telling me about how uncomfortable a bar stool it was. So I said I was in the same bar stool. I
never felt it.
I never felt a thing. It was great. I had one TV there, Georgia, Alabama, one TV there, Illinois, Penn State, and I was just loving it. I didn't care. I sat there and watched. I just couldn't believe Alabama took that big a lead. Then they showed Nick Saban sitting up in the box. Sitting up in the luxury box, and people were coming up and shaking his hand and all this congratulating him on leaving the nice team for DeBoer. They didn't show him anymore when Georgia came back. But that's, I mean, it was one of the best football games I've seen in years.
Yeah, for Georgia to come back and take the lead was huge.
Like 5 minutes to go,
and then. it took one play for Alabama to take the lead back.
And you've always said to yourself, folks, I mean, if you watch college football, boy, Alabama gets better players than everybody else. Usually, Alabama's better players don't get that good when they're that young.
17.
When they're 17 years old. This kid can't buy smokes. 17. He can't buy cigarettes. Hope he doesn't buy cigarettes for his health's sake, but my heavens. What do you have, 3 touchdowns?
A bunch. The kid's crazy good for being that young. I mean, good. Ryan Williams.
Yeah. Speaking of good, we had a pretty solid. Are you ready to talk about our week, or are you want to talk about any? Were there any other games over the weekend? So I didn't get a chance to watch. Tell me about the Ole Miss Kentucky game.
Everybody, Kentucky put up a good fight against Georgia, if you remember a few weeks back.
Sure.
But, that was at Kentucky. I don't think people expected, they were to go on the road to Ole Miss.
I think they were a 10-point underdog, weren't they?
At least, yeah. And Kentucky really controlled that whole game. They held their defense, their Ole Miss's offense down, did just enough in the scoring to win 21-20. That they played good. So, but that's a big upset. I think they were number 5 or number 6 in the.
Yeah, they're 6.
So
Ole Miss was number 6.
So them going down was a good game.
No nasty upsets or unexpected occurrences happening in the Big Ten. The thing in the Big Ten, everybody's looking ahead to next week when you've got Ohio State heading out to Oregon. That's other than that SC Michigan Michigas. You've got everybody looking forward to the Ohio State, because I don't think there's a huge game in the Big Ten this weekend either.
No, not that I saw. I don't see much of it. Indiana's undefeated playing Northwestern.
I'm on
Nebraska's playing.
Actually, I even though I'm not going to be able to bet that one, I did pick that one, as that's one of my picks. And if I am out of state, I would like to try to bet that.
I saw the number 14.5.
It's down to 13.5.
You going underneath that 14 number, huh?
I got 13.5.
Yeah, my first thought of mine was Indiana, but then I saw that over 14.5. I thought, I don't like that nearly as much.
I liked 13.5.
Yeah.
When it dropped to 13.5, I went, well, I tell you why, we may as well. I'll show them in a minute. May as well. Let's see how much green.
There's a lot of green on that board.
Look at all that green on that board. We'll talk about that here in just a second. And let's see what changes in the rankings. Here we have Alabama, after coming off that big win, jumping all the way up to number 1 and knocking Texas out, getting 40 first place votes. This is still early enough in the season. People are just figuring out where they're going to put people. And the same thing, I'm kind of surprised Ohio State still got 4 votes for that matter. Then you look, here is the second half. Penn State moves up 2. After beating Illinois. You don't call that handily, since it was still close at the end, but they beat Illinois solid win. Missouri won again, then Michigan, and then Ole Miss dropped from there. They were 6 down to 12. And Notre Dame climbing back up. They had a nice win.
Yeah, beating Louisville. That was a good
Except
one.
That was at Notre Dame, not a tremendous surprise at Notre Dame.
Clemson's kind of got back on the wagon here. We kind of thought their wheels had fallen off, but they've looked good the last couple of weeks.
They really have. And then you had Utah with a big surprise loss, and they dropped off from 10 all the way back down to 18. Boise State climbing into the top, almost top 20.
Trying to be the one team, the first team in there that's
the
not
non-power
in the, yep.
4. Yeah, the non-power 4 representative. And then you see clearly 2-3 teams that we've talked a little bit about, and we haven't even mentioned UNLV, which may be the story, the oddest story of the week.
We're going to get more of that with this NIL that they do now, though. There's going to be more of the promises that are made that don't get the pay.
I don't think people understand. I'm pretty sure people don't understand, because I was listening on the radio last week right after it happened. This was a sports talk show, and they were talking about, why would he do that? Because now he's done. I'm saying, no, he gave it up. He quit before his 4th game.
Yeah, 3 games. He
quit before his 4th game. He can go wherever he wants.
Sure.
And he still has another year of eligibility. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think people realize. They thought, this guy's just thinking of himself. Well, he was promised $100,000. And then they decide they're going to give him $3,000 a month.
What I don't
they're going to give him $12,000.
What I don't understand, and I think there's going to have to be more stuff put in place. I mean,
there's no contracts.
There's no contracts. It's like, all right, you know what? And then supposedly it didn't come from the head coach. It comes from an assistant coach.
It came from an assistant.
And so there's going to have to be more. There's going to be more stuff put together like this where they're going to have legitimate contracts in college for this NIL money.
Well, that or the contracts are going to have to be with the NIL corporations or the particular booster that is actually
providing
the money.
Right.
I mean, that's just kind of going to have to be.
Yeah, this is just the first of many of these that's going to happen that way.
And that's the thing. There's no rule.
Right.
You say, well, why didn't he have a contract now? There's no way they can't have a contract now because the kid's not an employee.
Yeah.
He has to have
it's like the Wild West.
He has to have a status.
It's like a Wild West out there.
He has to have status to have a contract, and he's not an employee, so he doesn't have status to even be. If he tried to sue, he couldn't because he doesn't have status. That's the wildest thing at all.
Yeah, the handshake deals for $100,000.
Yeah, handshake deal for $100,000 for this guy.
Yeah, for this guy, only one guy.
Yeah,
on a team of 53.
Did you see, by the way, what the number, the amount of NIL that the whole team gets? Mm-hmm. And this is the coach. The coach said. The next week, he said, "Yeah, there was no way we were going to give him $100,000. We have $300 for the team."
Oh, so they put a number out there.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that in UNLV in Las Vegas, there's only $300 for a team because there's $1 million quarterbacks out there.
I don't think that Vegas has tried to take advantage of the NIL system because they haven't been that good. They haven't been good. And they're only getting
money,
decent now.
You can be there.
They're only getting good now because you got Barry Odom, who's a good coach at that level, at a top 50 team or 60 normal. So I don't know. Who we all betting on this week? Let's throw some more green out.
Lots of green last week.
Yeah, lots of green.
All right, Weeze is on.
You need these for that, by the way?
No, I'm good right now. It's better this week for some reason. Weeze is on Troy plus 14.5 versus Texas State. I hate this because Texas State won me money last week.
I love Texas State. Yeah,
their offense is really good.
They are fun to watch.
Yeah, and then he's on Oregon minus 24 versus Michigan State.
Michigan State is really kind of struggling, but 24 is a lot of points.
Yeah,
is that at Michigan State?
It's at Oregon. So, and then his super dog, he's going to take the Cuse plus 6.5 versus our UNLV team that we just talked about.
And Syracuse is getting 6.5.
6.5
must be at Vegas.
It says versus on there, so
that would be at.
It says it's a home.
Yeah, that's at Syracuse. So, wow, I'm surprised they're getting that much.
And then Bruce, I like yours. You're on Indiana, but you got the 13.5.
I got 13.5 for Indiana
versus Northwestern.
That's at Northwestern.
Yep.
But Northwestern, they're playing in they're playing in a soccer field with a loud crowd of like 8,000 people.
It's cool little place
it is a nice
watch the
little
game.
Field to play. Yeah.
And then you're on Kansas plus 3.5 at Arizona State.
I think Kansas is sick of losing. They're going to turn it around, play better. That's kind
even on the road.
Even on the road, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Arizona State.
Yeah, and then I thought about this one too. Your super dogs, Minnesota plus 8.
I almost
back on that bandwagon.
I was this close to putting Minnesota as plus 8 as my pick. Mm-hmm. Then I thought USC's pretty good, and they may just run it up. So this is basically Minnesota wins a tight one, or USC wins by 25.
Yeah, Minnesota at home though, so that's gonna be a tough one. Jamie, he's on the Oregon and Michigan State over 52.5, and I think he's banking on Oregon, putting them a big number.
I don't blame him for that.
And then he's on Nebraska minus 7 versus Rutgers. I think 7's a big number, but Nebraska is playing well. Are they undefeated? They got one.
I was going to take Rutgers in that one.
It's at Rutgers, 7 points.
It's at Nebraska.
Is it?
Yeah. I was going to take Nebraska, or I was going to take Rutgers.
He doesn't say that on there.
Yeah, he has it wrong. It's because that is at Nebraska, and I was going to take Rutgers plus 7. I didn't do it because he had Nebraska.
Yeah, and then he's his super dogs Air Force plus 10 versus Navy. I don't know anything about either team.
Navy's good. They're back to they're running the ball a lot, and
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
They got that triple option.
You heard, by the way, that they're basically now lined up. Well, it's early, 6 weeks early to figure it out, but they may be playing the AAC or whatever conference championship against Army, and then have to play them the next week.
Back-to-back games.
Back-to-back games against Army. That'd be pretty fun. What are you doing, Lucas?
I'm going to take Pitt minus 2.5 at UNC. I don't think UNC is very good, and Pitt's one of those teams that is against the spread. They're perfect against the spread so far.
North Carolina, they've got to stop the bleeding.
Yeah,
and Pitt can score.
Yeah, so I'm going to take that, and then that's the Michigan-Washington. I'm going to take under 41.5.
Really?
I know
at Washington.
I know Washington's going to try to run up. Michigan's got a good defense, and they don't really have a good offense.
No, that's true.
I think it's going to be a run game, and it's going to milk the clock and not a high possession.
Super Dogs.
Stanford. I'm going to take Stanford at home plus 8.5 versus Virginia Tech.
We'll show them all to you in the next segment. We got the NFL coming up. Back right after this.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
It's just flying by, isn't it?
Yeah, not 12 minutes.
Sorry about that. I'm just sitting there, burning clock. It is Friday morning. Well, actually, we're shooting this on Wednesday afternoon. The big news in the NFL, off the field, was the Davante Adams demanding a trade. Where do you think Davante Adams will go?
What did I read? His two places was the Saints and
Jets.
I didn't even see the Jets, but I know the Saints was in there though.
That's the Jets because of Aaron Rodgers.
Sure. Well, I mean, you understand that.
I do understand that. I presume you understand that.
Well, sure. I hope that's not what happened.
You've seen that a few times.
Listen, I'd love to see him in the Jets. Put him the Jets, the Saints. That'd be great to see him there.
He did go to college with Derek Carr, who's now the Saints quarterback, has been a couple of years. Sure seems like Derek Carr feels a lot more comfortable in New Orleans than he did with McDaniel up there in Oakland.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it was Vegas or Oakland, whenever they
I think it was Vegas.
Probably would have been Vegas.
I think so.
Whenever Davante Adams took that gig there. And actually, the asking price for Davante, I didn't think was all that bad. Did you see it?
No, I didn't actually. What was it?
Second round pick. Second round pick.
Second rounder
plus.
for Devontae.
Second round pick plus.
Second and fifth.
Yeah, second pick. So I mean, you've got a top five wide receiver. Would he still be considered?
Yeah, well, when he's healthy and he's got a decent quarterback to throw to.
And
Sure.
you're early enough in the season that if you're 2-2, you probably still feel comfortable that if you get a good wideout and you have a good quarterback, they ought to be able to click a little. I would think. Saints are 2-2.
I think he should probably go to Denver.
Saints have good receivers, though.
Yeah, they do. They've got a pretty solid receiving.
They've got Olave and what's the guy's name, Rashid or something like that.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed.
And that's pretty good receiving. They don't really need him all that much, but
you throw him in that. Says you put him in there, and they're going to go, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah.
Shaheed is a number 3 receiver.
Yeah, he's your deep threat. Olave's, more of the possession receiver or whatever else, but he's a great receiver.
15 to 20 yards.
And then you throw Devontae Adams in there, and that's a difficult team to match up with, along with Alvin Kamara out of the backfield. That's tough.
That's a tough team, and they've already shown that they can beat. They won on the road at Dallas, although that's becoming kind of more commonplace than anybody.
Doesn't look as good as a win as you used to.
Yeah. What were the bigger stories on the field this weekend?
The Bears won again.
I was going to say, did the Bears win?
We got 2-2.
I was in Chicago on Sunday afternoon, and there were a lot of happy people walking around, and they were all a bunch of Bears fans smiling. That's a lot more fun.
But yeah, I mean,
than being in town when the Bears fans are walking through.
But this is the thing. This is what the Bears do. We're 2-2, and we're high, and we're like, yes, and we got Carolina coming in. They're not. We're going to lose. As a Bears fan, I know how this works. The optimism's high. We could be 3-2 above 500.
We've got Andy Dalton coming in to kick our tail.
Yeah, that's the way this works. I hope it doesn't, but I'm afraid.
Oh,
I've seen it too many times.
Let's take a look. Here's some of the
Buffalo took a beating in their game against Baltimore, but a game that Baltimore really needed to have.
Baltimore had to have that. Yeah. The only undefeated team in the AFC, the champs, Kansas City Chiefs.
And they are beatable. I mean,
wait till you see my pick.
Rashee Rice is out now with a bad knee. They're down to minimals as far as their running backs and their wide receivers.
Colts, as bad as they looked early in the season, they were doing pretty good under 2 quarterbacks.
Leave Joe in there. Joe Flacco's, he's the way to go, and they don't know if Richards is going to be back with his hip injury or not.
You've got nobody that's, well, you do have the Jaguars. Are the Jags, are they going to be terrible all year long, or are they going to get some wins or what?
No, I think they'll get some wins. Cleveland is an absolute terrible team right now. Cincinnati being 1-3 is crazy to me, but they've had a tough road.
How about the NFC? You have the Vikings, the only 4-0 team.
Obviously, that's how everybody had that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Jeez.
And Washington on top in the East. Everybody had that too, didn't they? Makes probably Dallas.
Tampa Bay on top in the South.
What's Washington paying?
Seattle.
Washington paying their quarterback? $200,000 a game, while Dallas is paying $5 million a game or something for.
And if you've watched Jaden Daniels play, Jaden Daniels he looks fantastic.
Jaden Daniels looks fantastic. Tampa Bay, that's all they need is for Baker Mayfield to start. Now, that's probably just reporters being persnickety or something, because did Baker Mayfield really say a bad thing? Whenever
I missed it.
You didn't see the Tom Brady Baker Mayfield thing this week?
No, and I don't think Tom Brady was meaning it as a slight or anything either. I think both of them were
Baker
overblown.
Mayfield says, everybody's smiling because Brady's not cracking the whip. And Brady says, well, I wanted to win.
Yeah, that's keep people in line so we could win rings.
That's how we did it. That's what he did. All right, let's take a look at some of the games this week. There are bye weeks this week,
and there's a Thursday game. There's a Sunday morning game. The Jets Vikings 8:00.
That's
Sunday
in
morning.
London.
Yeah.
And then you've Get to the Bears and Panthers. Bears are favored by 4. How about that?
Favored at home.
Then you have Ravens, Bengals. Two teams, with one win apiece.
Now, Ravens are 2-2 now. They really needed that win, and Bengals are 1-3. So that's a big game for both teams.
You've got the 3-1 Bills against the 2-2 Texans.
I think so. Texans, they're good.
And then you let's move farther down the list. The Colts and Jags. Anything jump out you? Boy, Miami looked just terrible Monday night.
And so does New England. That's an ugly football game.
How do you pick a favorite? Well, I did. I did pick a favorite.
How about the Raiders Broncos? You gonna watch a lot of that one?
Oh,
that's some ugly football too.
Yeah, I'll probably miss that. I think
a couple good games in here, but I mean,
Niners and Cardinals ought to be fun, even though it's at San Francisco.
That typically is in that matchup.
Let's see the final set. You've got Sunday night game, Cowboys and Steelers repeat of Super Bowl 10, Super Bowl 13. And then you've got the Chiefs and Saints on Monday night football as the Giants are playing the Seahawks out west. Packers at Rams. So look at that. I'm kind of surprised the Rams are that close to the Packers.
So decimated the Rams are.
I would have thought they'd been a 4 or 5 point dog. What do you have here? What are we doing? What's the what are the take the points bets here?
All right, he's going to tell. Oh man, that's an ugly game to even bet on. He's going to take the Raiders +3 versus the Broncos. They're both bad teams, and he thinks the Raiders are a little.
Antonio Pierce, man. The pep talk's going to work for the Raiders, he thinks.
And then he's going to take the Bills -1 versus Houston.
Boy, that's a close game.
It is. I think I'm on that game too, but I ended up just taking the over on that game. So, and then
what's your other one?
I'm taking the Buffalo Houston over 47.5, and I'm going to take the Seattle and the Giants over 43.5. Both those teams are good offenses. So, you've got the Patriots -1 on the Dolphins.
A battle of ugly teams. It's because I stupidly had the Dolphins as my defense on Fantasy League this Monday. It cost me a game.
Yeah. And then you're on the Saints. What's that say? +5.5?
Yeah.
I think it's
versus KC.
At KC.
Night. Yeah, I think the Saints are tough. I think they'll keep it close. I mean, everybody's playing close to the Chiefs. Yeah. Everybody's playing.
And the Chiefs running back is now Kareem Hunt. Who knows what the receiving core is? So, yeah, I like that number. Jamie, he's on the Commanders -3 at the Browns versus the Browns. I think that's just a fade against the Browns being terrible. And then he's on his Colts. He's going to take his Colts +3.
Jamie always takes his Colts. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all that green from the week before. Tell everybody our college football totals on Lucas. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah. So far we're 10 over 29-19, and have hit some super dogs in there too. So we continue that pace. There's some serious money to be made.
That'd be some serious money. We'll need it to cover the NFL.
Unfortunately, the NFL, which we should know more about, know how to bet, we're not. We're 12 and 20 on that. So overall, we are 2 games over 500 in general.
And I can only blame myself. I feel terrible. I'm dragging down the NFL. I'm doing
NFL. You're perfect. You're dragging us up in the NFL. You're 4-4. You're leading the way in the NFL.
I was looking at the other thing. Oh shoot! I'm sorry. That's the one I know the least about. Is the NFL.
And I know way more about the NFL, and I'm a whopping 2-6.
Boy. Get you a look, folks. There it is right there. One quick minute. We've got the Detroit Tigers have already advanced. They are playing the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh, the Indians, man alive.
Cleveland Guardians it's on the front page.
There we go.
Cleveland Guardians at noon on Saturday. Royals have a lead.
They got a 1-0 lead.
So we're hoping fingers crossed for the Royals. Who would they play? The Yankees?
Yeah, they play the Yankees, it says. Minnesota and New York, the winner of that will play Philly.
That's even. Yeah, that's. I don't know.
New York took the first game, right?
New York won at Milwaukee.
And then the San Diego and Atlanta. San Diego took that first game.
Yeah, I don't think San Diego. I don't think Atlanta can't do anything. Yeah. Atlanta's dead.
Atlanta I guess they didn't back their way in, but they weren't playing their best ball. They've got so many injuries.
They are hurt.
Yeah.
They are so tore up.
So I think you'll see a San Diego Dodger series in that one.
We had we had our picks for the World Series, our new picks, but yours still the same.
I don't need to move mine. Phillies versus Yankees.
Good luck to you, folks. Thanks very much for tuning in. Good luck to you this weekend. We'll see y'all next time on Big Talk. Have a great day.